So was it last week or 2 weeks ago where he launched himself off, and pretty much every channel, every CNN news reporter was like, "Oh, this is real news. We need to like cover a 4 minute stupid ass rocket launch, and the fucking space shuttle just looked like a pee going up in air. You see the shaft and everything." And just to me, just watching it, like I had no idea that even like launched like when it was going live, and after like the end of my work day or whatever, I just hear about it all over my Facebook feed and everything. Just kind of like this is like the least most important thing I could like ever like even read or even watch, and it's just kind of like a waste of money and time just seeing it, and it really pisses me off more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not like I guess he went into outer space. All right, he went to the stratosphere, or went above the stratosphere or whatever. But it's to me, it's just not that important. They spent. I mean, I don't know what the price tag was for this. I haven't looked into like the actual price tag, but had to have been some ungodly amount of money.
I mean, slaving the backs of Amazon workers.
Peeing in cups as they try as they deliver packages. Uh, yeah, no, I mean, look, I just don't understand what the goal was here because, like you said, they literally just went up into this into the sky and came back down. It wasn't as if he like did a
They're like a
a
space
trip to the
mission.
moon and back. Yeah, it's not like he went to the moon or like stayed, yeah, or if he like docked on to like one of the permanent space stations up there and then like came back, went into the space station and came back after like a day or two. That would have been a little bit more impressive. I feel like this was just like a dick measuring contest between him and
There was
is it
another
like
rich person too, another
Richard
billionaire.
Bronson or something? One of the other billionaire guys that did it like a week
Yeah,
before he did it,
yeah.
and it just seems like because I guess I hadn't heard any news about it, and then it was like all of a sudden, all right, he's going to space, and I'm sitting here like I feel like the only reason he did it this last week was just because to like one up the other guy. I was up there 15 seconds longer than so and so.
Yeah. And I think it's because too it's kind of like, "Oh, because I can do it because I have so much money." It's just kind of like I have so much money I could just waste it on just, like stupid shit like this.
Yeah, it's just I don't really care what wastes his money on, but it to have it to be like the front page news, it's kind of stupid. He's not even the CEO of Amazon anymore,
No, I
so
know he's like he stepped down as CEO now. He's kind of like
yeah,
the
he's just on the board and stuff, but
yeah.
like he's not like yeah, the guy is a one of the greatest minds of our time, one of the greatest business entrepreneurs of our time. So in that regard, I definitely kind of respect the guy, especially seeing like where he came from in the '90s. And like I remember when Amazon was just books. Like I don't know about you, but I vividly remember when it was just them selling like books, and it was like oh Audible, like
They're
like
edible
that's what it used to be. Audible, like
or
Audible
audible.
books, like
Oh,
audio
a
books,
yeah,
and
AUD.
it.
Yeah.
So like in that regard, you got to kind of respect the guy, but this is just I don't know. It's kind of turned. It's kind of like when Bill Gates just started doing his foundation thing instead of like creating great computers. It just now they just turn out bullshit. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, well, I do the foundation thing. I go to the space just like to get the PR, and it's just, I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. Okay.
I guess it's like my other thing is too. Is just kind of like the whole like tax the rich thing. Just that's like your evidence right there. It's that they have too much money. I that really just pisses me off more than anything. And like that too with the whole like the rich and everything. And I found a statistic on the news is that like for I think the amount of coverage they gave for like 2 hours or whatever, like from pre-launch to like launch and the after launch, it was like a 3 or 4 hour like live event, and then they interviewed him after. Um, that's how much time they give much to like climate change too for like the whole year for like 4 hours for like news, and it really like just like hits you like wow,
Yeah.
they don't bring up the important shit, dude. Like
They don't.
you see like that that fire that engulfed that Gulf flame in the water. It was like somewhere there was like a gas leak or something in the water and the fire.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was in the probably in the Gulf of Mexico. I
Yeah,
remember seeing something about that this week.
there was that, and then just massive heat waves and all this other stuff. Like every year, it's like, oh, this is the hottest year ever, and we always break it every year. So I don't know. It's just something like just kind of like really just irritates the hell out of me. Like just like we focus on attention on the most like less important shit, and we put more time into like we put less time in the most important things, especially with like what's going on and things like that. Um,
Yeah, I totally agree with you there.
yeah, but other than that, yeah, Jeff Bezos and the whole dick measuring with the whole space rocket thing, complete waste of time and money in my opinion. But yeah, kudos for him to like. I remember it was like 4 or 5 years ago. He did mention like I'm gonna go to space, and he fucking did it. So I mean, he was on a man on a mission. So I mean, he had a goal and he did it. And I remember it was that lady. She spent I think it was like $2 or $3 million or something like that just to go with them. That old lady. She was like the oldest, oldest person to go into space or something like that. So I remember that it was like a charity thing or like a donation thing or something. So like if you hit this X amount of money, whoever gives the most donation or highest donation gets to go on a space trip with Jeff Bezos, whatever his name is. And like when I remember I heard him talking too, God, he sounds like a fucking douchebag, man. He had the space cowboy and everything, and I just hate him. Even though the 2 day shipping is great, I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't knock them for anything on Amazon. I mean, I guess some of their business practices are kind of shoddy, but yeah, like this whole thing, I couldn't agree more. It's just kind of a waste of time.